Are you awake? Seriously, are you awake? It is early today. We have a live stream because Nintendo decided to drop the indie goods.
Did you just say decided? Do you know the word is decided? Work on your pronunciation, dude.
Excuse me. I am nothing but a professional.
A professional douche?
How dare you? Yeah, man. I wouldn't even go that far.
You know what? I'm going to introduce the live stream today. Hey everyone, welcome to Nintendo Prime. Today we are going to be reacting to the Nindy World. So, without further ado, drop your 2 favorite emojis in the chat, and let's welcome in your host, Nintendo Prime.
Nintendo Prime Live. We are live reacting today to a Nindy World that goes up in about 46 minutes. I can't wait. I'm super excited to live react to this with you guys. I am, it's morning, baby. We already got a video out today. Busting my butt this morning to get a video out super early to you guys because I wanted to make sure we had a couple hour gap at least between that and this live stream. Just, sometimes they affect each other's views. Sometimes they don't. I have no idea. That video is doing pretty well this morning. So thank you guys so much for those that already tuned in and already saw that video. It's literally at like 20,000 views right now. It's going nuts. It's going crazy. It's my #1 video that I have done in my last 10. So thank you guys for watching that. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I haven't even bothered to check the like to dislike ratio on that video because frankly, it doesn't really matter right now because what matters is we have a Nindy World coming up and I am super, super, super stoked for this Nindy World because for starters, can we just say it? Indie games rock. Let's just start with that. Indie games rock. And if you don't think so, it's because you haven't found the one for you. Seriously, indie games, to me, are slowly becoming a mini backbone to the entire industry. They fulfill every genre of video game that exists. There pretty much isn't a single genre of video games that there isn't an absolutely amazing indie version of. Seriously, there's indie games for everything, and it's just a wonderful world that we live in, even for like Zelda fans. Hey, remember Cadence of Hyrule? An indie game with a crossover for Zelda. Pretty badass, right? So who knows what we're going to end up getting today? I have no idea. I do think it makes sense. We say this every indie world, but this is the one that it makes sense that we might actually see Hollow Knight Silksong. And I know we say this every indie world. We've been saying it every indie world for years. We had a demo of the game at E3 2019, and we keep talking about how this is the one that makes sense. Let's watch for Hollow Knight. Let's watch for Hollow Knight. Let's watch for Hollow Knight. But this one actually makes a little sense because according to Microsoft, it's dropping by June. By June. So I guess we'll just see. If it drops in June, it's April. A release date right now makes sense. Basically, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense for them to announce a release date right now because according to Microsoft, it's dropping by June. So if it's dropping by June, then we should get something. Let's drop some beats for you guys. We'll just drop our old school lo-fi. Get into chit-chatting with you guys. We got about 43 minutes to go until the show begins. I do already have it open on my end, ready to go, and Nintendo's ready to go. We'll take off the sunglasses now. It's too early. Too early in the morning for that kind of shade. It's like trying to put me back to sleep, man. Woo! How you guys doing? I got my Twilight Symphony shirt on. You know, little Twilight Princess love around here. Let's see here. Twilight Symphony, by the way, is by Zero, Zelda Reorchestrated, for those that have never heard of it. They remastered with actual instruments and artists and singers, a whole bunch of stuff from Twilight Princess, the entire soundtrack. So they have their new soundtrack they dropped called The Second Wind, and it's got actually a really, really long sub name, but they did one for the Wind Waker, and I believe the full album is now dropped for those that are interested in looking up the Zero Reorchestrated Wind Waker album. It's pretty cool. We played one of the songs for you guys in the run-up. Mario Galaxy music, the best music? Yeah, I use Mario Galaxy music at the end of every video. Love Mario Galaxy. Let's see here. New Redout featuring F-Zero. You guys are crazy. If you have any questions or you want to get some statements in, just at Nintendo Prime in the chat. I'm just double checking socials and everything, making sure I shared everything. I believe we shared things everywhere. But I'm just making sure because, you know, it's early. My brain might not fully be functioning. Usually I'm not fully awake until like noon. I don't know why. Let's see. Hey, look at that. Nintendo announced a new Amiibo figures last night. Damn. So Pyra and Mythra from Smash Bros. Will be launching as a double pack on 7/21. That's pretty cool. And each of those unlocks a unique Aegis sword weapon skin that characters can use as a sword fighting class in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Then they went ahead and announced, hey, we're not done. Here's some more Amiibo figures for Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Protagonists Noah and Mio are also getting Amiibo figures. So hey, look at them doubling down on Amiibo. You know what this also tells me? Because after all, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out last year. So Pyra Mythra, okay, that's like Smash Bros. But Noah and Mio are not Smash Bros. Those are specifically Xenoblade Chronicles 3 characters. What that does tell me is we might get additional Tears of the Kingdom Amiibo after launch. So maybe we will get our Ganondorf Amiibo. Maybe we will get our short hair Zelda. Maybe we will get our Moblin King or our Construct Amiibo. They just might be after launch. Kind of weird they wouldn't be before launch, because Zelda's a pretty big launch, but hey, you know, there's hope. With the announcement of the Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Amiibo last night, that just gives us hope. Hope that we could still get some more Zelda Amiibo down the line. Let's see here. NFC cards is the best way to go. Amiibo lower price. Yeah, but here's the thing. We could talk about NFC cards all you want. And if you just want to get the in-game bonuses, I know Nintendo doesn't really support NFC cards. Like, they have like their own little card packs, but they're not widely available. People just buy like the entire set of Amiibo off of like Amazon for like $5, right? But dude, nothing replaces these guys. You see this? We got Link here. We got Skyward Sword, Zelda. Like, nothing replaces these. These are collector's items, man. These are awesome. They look awesome. And no amount of Amiibo cards or Amazon knockoff, you know, scams replaces these. You know, and I see the comment there from the real Keeters. Nice dust collectors. Mine aren't dusty. Clean your house better. Filter your air. But no, seriously, what I like having cool things to look at. Like, I don't know. I've got a Hylian shield over here in the corner you guys never see. Ever. That's just there to look cool. You know? I like it. Let's see here. New subscriber, Michael Galgano. Thank you so much for subscribing. Let's see here. I want to look at all my Lincoln Zeldas. Another new subscriber, Little Crazy Crafter. We're getting subs like crazy. That video's still blowing up even though we're live. That's awesome if it is. I thought going live would kill the video. Maybe it has. I have no idea. Looking at the arc, it does not look like it's dead. I can show you this video's going crazy. I have to turn that off anyways. I'll turn off the Elgato. But that's the arc of the new video. Look, 21.1 thousand views. There's the arc. Here's my normal video arc. As we get up to, you know, between 20 and 30K. Here's this video. Was it going to the moon? Is this about to be a 100K video? I have no idea. You can see the videos are going down, the views are going down though per hour. 10,000 in the last 60, but you can kind of see the downward arc. So we'll see where it lands. But thanks for watching, guys. That reminds me though, I have to go in here and turn off that one as well. I gotta get some buttons over on my stream deck here and turn some of this stuff off. I gotta turn off that. So that way you guys see this screen, because that's the screen that we're gonna have the indie stuff on. All right. So Silksong, yeah, man, we might get Silksong, man. I'm pretty excited. We might get a release date. Might, I don't know. We might get a release date today. Let's see here. I think they will do new champions, Zelda and Ganon amiibos, and maybe a construct. Yeah, I think a construct amiibo makes sense. I'd like to see all the constructs on one amiibo. That'd be sick, but I know they're probably not gonna do that. I wouldn't mind seeing. So a Ganondorf and Zelda amiibo feel like a given down the line, right? If they're gonna release Xenoblade Chronicles 3 amiibo later, why not release Short Hair Zelda and Ganondorf, and then maybe a construct? Like usually they went all out for Breath of the Wild, right? Like remember how many amiibos we have for Breath of the Wild? I'm gonna look them all up right now since I don't have them anymore. Breath of the Wild amiibos. Let's see here. There were a lot. Like what? We had a Bokoblin, we had Revali, we had Urbosa, we had Mifa, we had a Guardian, we had Zelda, we had a Link on a horse, and then we also had Link shooting an archer. So like that's a lot of amiibo for Breath of the Wild. I would like to see just as many for Tears of the Kingdom. I would really like to see them bust out all the amiibo, but I have no idea. We'll see. Yulia walked in. Apparently she's performing garbage service for me today. Are you? Okay. Good luck. It's been kind of rainy all day. She just told me she's going on a walk. Good morning from Quebec. Hey, how's it going, Gino? Let's see here. Theory for Tears of the Kingdom. Link is dead and it's all a dream. Nobody has ever thought of this for any Zelda game. I mean, technically he didn't die when it was a dream. That was Link's Awakening. And he hasn't actually been dead technically in any Zelda game. I mean, that's like a month's worth. Just leaving it alone. You ever think there could be a greater evil than Ganondorf / Demise? Yes. How? I don't know, but yes. Anything is possible. Hey, we have our first super chat from Brian Doe. Can you say anything on Nintendo's recent strikes? Yeah, I think people are referencing RGT85, right? At this point. Mike Odyssey also got a strike, for those who don't know. Look, Nintendo's cracking down. They are not happy with the leaks. So first off, thank you for the $2. They're not happy with the leaks. And there was a leaked commercial with new game footage. Now, the commercial has already been posted by Nintendo without the game footage. But there's a leaked version of it with game footage. And channels were getting dinged for posting the commercial. My thing is, I have the commercial up. In fact, I repeated it in my video 3 times. And so people are confused on why I didn't get dinged. I blurred it. I told people you needed to blur the damn commercial if you were going to show it. It's a leak. Nintendo's cracking down on leaks for everything Tears of the Kingdom. Anything footage-wise Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo's going to ding you. You post leaked footage, they're going to ding you. They're going to ding you. The footage we posted today isn't leaked footage. It's posted officially by Nintendo, so I can put that footage up. Any leaked footage, you're going to get dinged. So I blurred it. That's why I didn't get dinged. If you blur it, Nintendo doesn't care because you're not seeing it in all its glory. Like, even doing still images of it, they're dinging. Like, Nintendo just doesn't care right now. So, yeah, blur it. Don't be stupid. Now, part of me blurred it because I was being smart because I already have a strike. I saw someone say, I hope Mike Odyssey is going to do fine after a strike. One strike doesn't really do anything to your channel. It's the second strike that does. So I didn't want to get strike number 2. So I have a strike from Lego. A lot of people probably don't know this right now. I have a strike from Lego from like a month or 2 ago. Because we showed the Great Deku Tree Lego set that leaked. And of course, the ironic thing is them striking the channel just confirmed that Lego set's real. And we're getting it in 2024. But it's weird because obviously news websites post the images up and don't get in trouble. But YouTube's a different beast. I basically should have just posted them. I should have talked about them in video and I should have posted them at nintendoprime.net and left it at that. Then I would have been fine. But it's life. You know, things happen and you move on. But yeah, so I'm being really careful to not get a second strike. And so, yeah, I blurred the footage. We had another super chat come in from Zora Aspire 1701. Another couple bucks. Thank you so much. Will there be a Gleeok on Gleeok Bridge in Tears of the Kingdom? Probably. I would assume so. It would make sense. I'm pretty sure they're talking about Point Crow. 1.2 million follower channel that Nintendo tried. Isn't it a 1.6 million? 1.6 million channel? I assume they were talking about RGT because we've already talked about Point Crow. Look. I think morally Nintendo should have left Point Crow alone. Legally, they have all of the ability in the world to go after him. He's emulating games, which again, Nintendo doesn't like. Nintendo owns the characters and controls all of our YouTube channels on if we can show characters from their games. They used to not let us show game footage at all. So Nintendo has 100% control on YouTube on whether or not we can even show game footage, okay? And while one of the videos they took down was just a challenge video and wasn't emulated, and they probably should have left that video alone, reality is, I understand why Nintendo would assume it was emulated, because a whole bunch of his other videos were emulated. Like, if a majority of the videos you post from a game are emulated, Nintendo's just going to assume all of them are. Okay? If you're creating content based on emulating Nintendo games, Nintendo ain't going to like that, and they're probably going to come down on you eventually. So, as much as I don't think Nintendo should do it, they have a right to do it. And we have to play within the rules on YouTube. We have to play within YouTube's rules. We have to play within Nintendo's rules. And I know Nintendo has public stated policies on videos. None of that applies to emulation. None of that applies to emulation. So the way Nintendo is doing it is they're taking out videos that emulate Nintendo games. They've been doing it for years. Point Crow wasn't the first time. They've literally been literally dinging emulated content for a long time. He was just one of the biggest creators to finally get dinged. This isn't new. Nintendo's been doing it for years. So my thoughts are, stop being stupid. Stop emulating Nintendo games and making content on it. Nintendo doesn't like it. They're going to take it down. They have a major game coming up. They're trying to discourage people posting emulating content of Tears of the Kingdom on YouTube. They're really trying to discourage it. Stop making content based on emulating Nintendo games on YouTube. It's not something Nintendo is going to allow you to do, and they're eventually going to come after it. That's what we learn. It sucks. It's stupid. I think Nintendo should leave it alone. At the end of the day, they have the legal right to take down any video featuring their characters. So don't do things Nintendo doesn't want you to do and they'll leave you alone. I'll give you an example. I posted 50 pages from the art book leak, right? 50. I think it was 51 technically. Nintendo didn't copyright strike me because I'm a news channel. They knew I wasn't the source and I didn't share where to get the images. But they did take down the video and then they sent me an email and they're like, hey, can you like not put, we know the leak's out there. We're trying to sort it out. They asked me if I knew where it came from. I had no idea. And then they said, hey, you know, we know you're a news channel. It's kind of cool that Nintendo knows I'm a news channel. That was kind of neat. Have Nintendo recognize me as a news channel. They said, you have a freedom of press to post images, but can you just not post so many of them at once? And I said, sure. So we have posted a couple other videos that featured some of the images, but only a few in each video. That was just Nintendo's request. So cool. Like, but so maybe I got treated different because Nintendo knows I'm a news channel. I have no idea. But I didn't get dinged for that. I don't know anyone that got a copyright strike for any of that. I know a lot of videos taken out by Nintendo, but I don't know anyone who actually got a strike over the art images. This is different though. Game footage is so different. Nintendo's very controlling of that. So when it comes to what RGT did, should have blurred the commercial, didn't do it, got dinged. When it comes to Point Crow, Nintendo hates emulation. What do you think was going to happen? I don't have to agree with what Nintendo does, but I know what they're going to do because they've been doing it for years. You either play within their rules or you're going to get slapped. He's lucky they didn't give him a third strike and just take out his channel because they could have. They could have gave him a strike for each video. They packaged 3 videos in one. They gave one its own strike and they just took down all the rest. They could have just took out his whole channel. Instead, they did 2 strikes, issuing a stern warning to everybody. Do not post emulated Nintendo games on YouTube. Period. That was Nintendo's warning. You even dream of posting emulated Tears of the Kingdom footage, they're going to strike you till your channel's deleted. Like, Nintendo put it out there. Stop posting that stuff. It sucks. It limits creative freedom. But Nintendo ain't messing around. Just the way it is. Let's see here. So basically, don't show the latest systems they are still publishing out. Don't at all. Don't emulate anything that isn't official. Like if you're doing NSO games, fine. I'm telling you, Nintendo hates emulation, but they do have the legal right to take down any video featuring their games. Period. They do. It's right there in the law. They can take it down. So stop emulating games and posting them on YouTube. That's my advice. Sucks. Go to Rumble, where they don't have systems in place to do anything about it. Go to Dailymotion, where they apparently don't give a crap at all, and there's straight up copyrighted movies posted on there. Go to some other place that has looser restrictions. But YouTube maintains the law, and Nintendo has the right to take down videos like that. So it sucks. It sucks. People always wonder why I don't get dinged, because I don't emulate video games at all. Not even like offline. I don't emulate games. I haven't done that since like the late 90s. If I want to play a game, I'll buy it. Or I'll find a legal way to buy something to play it on, right? Like an NES Classic or something, right? Like I'll buy something that's real. Yeah, Dailymotion still exists. I don't know how Dailymotion hasn't been. It must be hosted in like China or something. It's the only reason I can think that hasn't been shut down for all the copyrighted stuff on there. So if you're posting emulated content on YouTube, even if it's just for fun, even if it seems innocent enough, Nintendo's gonna ding it someday. Let's see here. Brian Doe says, or we can make a bunch of fake YouTube accounts and keep copyright striking and reporting Nintendo videos. Maybe they keep having to deal with thousands of these an hour, they would get it. It won't work. It won't work. To file a copyright claim requires having to submit your driver's license and having to make it a legal claim. It won't work. People aren't going to put their name on it because you know what Nintendo's going to do? If people are doing that, they're going to countersue you for false copyright claims, and then you're going to end up owing Nintendo millions of dollars. Go ahead. Go be the person that wants to file a copyright strike against Nintendo. Go do it. Go do it. Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Nintendo ain't messing around. You're going to end up owing them money. They'll take you right to court. They don't care. Go after them. Nintendo ain't afraid to take you down with them. They're not even going to go down. You're just going to look like a dumbass. Because you're copyright striking something you clearly can't copyright strike. And you have to use your legal name to do it. So good luck. Anyways. You can flag all their videos. You can report them. It won't do anything. My video... Okay, put it this way. Every YouTube channel has haters, right? You think the haters aren't reporting and flagging videos? They're doing it all the time. My videos are reported and flagged all the time. All the time. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Because I'm not doing anything wrong. Right? So if Nintendo's not doing anything wrong, you can flag and report videos all you want. Nothing's going to happen. You think some console warriors aren't running around to all the Nintendo Directs and reporting and flagging all the Nintendo Directs? They do it all the time. Doesn't mean anything's going to happen. YouTube's got a really good system in place where basically if enough reports and flags come, someone manually checks the video and goes, yeah, it's fine. The content creator never has to deal with it. So I've had some of my videos have to get reviewed by YouTube. I don't do shit. Still made my money, still got my views. There was no problem. YouTube is more organized than they're given credit for, but also they don't have a lot of people working there for how big it is. All right, let's see here. We're almost to the indie world. We're about 21 minutes away, guys. 20 days. It's 23 days until Tears of the Kingdom. What are you talking about? I mean, for some time zones, it might be 22 days, but it ain't 20 days. Almost 20 days, I suppose is what you said. I guess that's true. Emulation's legal. It's the ROMs that are legally gray because the main way of getting them is illegal, but you can get them with your own games. You're not wrong, Sean Kelly. And here's the thing. YouTube isn't taking down the videos on the premise that you're emulating. They're taking down the videos on the premise they own the characters and they don't want you to post the video with those characters. That's why Nintendo can take down the videos. They're not, the reason for taking down the videos, Nintendo states, isn't because you're emulating. They're taking down the videos on the status that they own the characters and they don't want you, in particular, to post videos with their characters. And they do have that legal right. Now, we all know they're exercising that legal right due to emulation. We know why they're exercising that legal right. But that's not the legal reason they're taking down the videos. The legal reason is we don't want you to use our characters. That's all right. So I just hope that Nintendo of America doesn't get so pissed at leaks and get so pissed at emulation that they take away our ability to use game footage again. It was just like 4 years ago. We couldn't post trailers. We couldn't post game footage. It wasn't that long ago that Nintendo was so draconian that all we could share were still images of trailers. Like, this was literally 4 years ago. So I hope that they don't get so pissed that they strip away our ability to legitimately share content about our favorite games. So that's my only fear in all of this, is that maybe Nintendo gets so pissed they go back to the dark days. And I really don't want that to happen. That's why I keep telling people, just play within the rules, play nice before Nintendo takes it all away. Because they can, and they have. So let's just play nice. Let's follow the rules even if we don't agree with them. If you're a content creator, do research. Figure out what you can and can't do. Do people honestly think Silksong is going to be shown? I think it's too big of a game at this point to have new footage and a release date at a Nintendo Indie World. I would say it's a big game. I agree with you on that. I also don't think there's going to be a Nintendo Direct before the game comes out. So if it's going to have its release date announced with Nintendo, it's going to do it in an Indie World because it has to come out by June. According to Microsoft, everything has to be out by the beginning of June. There's not going to be a Nintendo Direct between now and then. So if it's going to be announced at a Nintendo event, it would be an Indie World. It doesn't have to be announced at a Nintendo event. It could get announced at a Microsoft event. But Microsoft isn't having an event until June themselves. So now they don't have to announce it at an event at all, by the way. They could just literally drop it on Twitter. But that's basically the point. Is that hey, there's not that many opportunities left to announce the release date if it's actually coming out when Microsoft said. They said within 12 months. 12 months is coming up. Running out of time to announce it if it's actually releasing. So, but we focus a lot on Silksong because it is a really big game. There's a lot of other indie games to be excited about too. So, what's up, Joycey J? How you doing? Anyways, I know a lot of people are very passionate about all of this YouTube stuff. If you want further conversations on it, check out tonight's podcast. It is our first topic on the podcast. We're going to be talking about all the Nintendo taking down YouTube stuff. And we're going to have an open and honest conversation. Then we're going to move into a deep conversation on the new trailer from last week because we haven't had a podcast since that trailer dropped. And then I can't remember what the third topic is. I gotta look it up. I have it in the document. Strikes last 90 days. 90 days. Watermelon. Why do I say watermelon, Funky? Let's see here. I was gonna say water. I pronounce T as a D. Instead of saying watermelon. It's just different pronunciations and accents in different parts of the country. Let's see here. So do you guys have any predictions on what games we're gonna see today besides Silksong? You guys have any predictions? So many people that are always keeping up on all the indie stuff. You guys got any predictions? Nintendo stream is now live. I'm gonna hide the chat on it though. But we're not gonna flip over yet because it literally Fae Farm? Fae Farm? Plucky Squire would be nice to see. I'd love to see Plucky Squire. A new Shovel Knight, a fashion farm sim, a pizza tower, Wrestle Quest, okay. Everyone just predicting farming sims. You know they did that in a normal direct. It wasn't an Indie World, right? Opinions on the Bee Movie. Why are we talking about the Bee Movie? It's an old movie, man. Hey, Bill, thank you so much for subscribing. Does the Nintendo copyright strikes affect video game walkthroughs? Sure. They can affect video. But like, if the walkthroughs, as long as the walkthroughs aren't emulated and you release them the day of release of the game or more, you're fine. They usually don't go after them. My predictions says Fallscape consists of Silksong, Shovel Knight, and Silksong. Maybe a role-playing game. They'll probably be an RPG for sure. Rift, Crypt of the Necrodancer. Okay. Dumb games that fill up the eShop. Pre-played 1, 2, 3. Are you gonna sit here and act like there's not good indie games? Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah, there's shovelware. There's also AAA games that are shovelware. What are we talking about? DLC for Cult of the Lamb, you wish? Nice. There is DLC for Cult of the Lamb. They had it playable at PAX East. Rift is a confirmed sequel to the Necrodancer game. Cool. Choo Choo Charles, it released already. It's on PC. Choo Choo Charles already released. It's a pretty short game. Deltarune 3. All right. What are some indie games I recommend? Well, let's go to my indie game library here. I don't play a ton of indie games, but when I do, I really enjoy them. Tunic is one that I really enjoyed. That's more recent. Blossom Tales. Those are two games that feel kind of Zelda-esque. Cadence of Hyrule, of course. Let's see here. Feudal Alloy I enjoyed a lot. It's a bit older. Obviously Golf Story is sort of a given though. Hollow Knight's a given. I really enjoyed Gallic Z. Variant S is the particular version I played. Let's see here. And I really enjoyed... Oh, Tiny Metal. I really enjoyed Tiny Metal a lot. It's a lot like Advance Wars, Olympus 2 Reboot Camp. Europa is really good too. I did a sponsored video on that, but I actually beat the game after. Europa was really, really good. So I don't play a ton of indies. There's like Dead Cells is really good too. Hades. I don't play a ton of indie games, mostly because I'm still struggling to keep up with just the Nintendo first party releases. Like, you know, my job's to cover everything, and that actually eats up a lot of my day. Plus, I'm raising 3 kids, so I don't get as much time to game as I would like. I still do game, of course, but it's not like when I was younger and I'd have like, you know, 40 hours a week to play video games. That just isn't the case right now. It's gonna feel like it when I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom, but that's because I'm not making videos and I'm having other people watch my kids for like a week. So I had to plan out a whole week for me to play Tears of the Kingdom. Have you ever played any of the BioShock games? All of them. Played all of them. Planet Coaster? Yeah, Planet Coaster is pretty good. All right, we got 10 minutes to go. Let's see here. What's this stream about? Indie World, man. Nintendo's doing a live Indie World here in about 10 minutes. Would love to see something like Tunic again. Another Shovel Knight would be cool. Crypt of the Necrodancer update. Nice. Let's see here. What's your favorite Zelda game? Breath of the Wild. Hey, let's get those likes dropped in the chat. We're at 84. Let's get to a hundo. Tunic 2. Might be a little soon for that, but I don't know. Maybe. What's Indie World about? It's about independent video games. It's like a Nintendo Direct for independent video games. Yeah, I've played Just Force Gemini before. Back in the day. Have you played Stella Glow on the... I have not played that one. It's like the Disagia series. See, I couldn't get into Disagia. Or Disagia, or however you pronounce it. I tried to get into it. I just really couldn't. So maybe I wouldn't like Stella Glow. Will there be another Nintendo Direct for Tears of the Kingdom next week? Nah. Will there be game previews and reviews and all that other stuff? Sure, but I mean the reviews won't be next week. Maybe some previews drop next week. Maybe. I think the previews won't drop till the first week of May. But Have you seen those questionable games on the eShop? I'm confused on how and why they end up on the Switch eShop because of their content. You mean adult games? Yeah, Nintendo doesn't care. Everyone just, oh, Nintendo's family friendly. They allow adult games on their system. I don't think there's a problem with adult games existing. I mean, there's an audience for them, whatever. Don't have to be for me. You should use Chat GPT-4 to make new intro music mixing Zelda and Mario. No, I'm good. I like my music. Let's see here. All right, we got this thing starting soon. 8 minutes away. We'll probably flip over here, so then I don't worry about missing it. Don't want to miss anything there. Turn off. All right, let's hit the flip the switch. My camera got messed with too. It's a little too wide. My camera angle shouldn't be that wide. But, oh well. I just noticed how wide my camera angle is. It's not supposed to be that wide. It's cool. I'll fix it later. All right. What am I most excited about for Tears of the Kingdom? Just having the game come out, man. Like, I don't know if I could pick one thing. I mean, re-exploring the world, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm just excited for the whole damn thing. I guess I didn't expect a game similar to Galgun to end up in the eShop. Happens. The Witcher 3 is on Switch, and if you play that game, you know the abundance of nudity they show in that game. They definitely do. I'm ready to fight Demise next again. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. All right, we got this indie world. It's almost here. You see, we're live right now. Do they have any music playing? Of course they don't. It's always silent. Nintendo's always silent. They don't do any music in the run-ups. It's so sad. Why don't you do music in your run-ups anymore, Nintendo? Anyways. What game do I need to avoid with nudity? Witcher 3 has nudity, is what he was saying. It's well known that it has nudity. It's got nudity like in one of its opening scenes. There's dating sims on Switch. Absolutely. I didn't know the indie world was happening today. Yeah, I put it in my news video yesterday. Maybe you didn't catch my video yesterday. I put up a couple of videos yesterday. One of them was, let me see, I don't even remember. I make so many videos, it's hard to remember which ones came on which day. So we had our Tears of the Kingdom graphics comparison video, but before that we had the big Nintendo Switch news drop video, and that had the indie world in it. So here we go. We're about 4 minutes away. Let's see. Man, I'm kind of getting excited. I think it's gonna be pretty good. I think Nintendo's had a really great start to the year, right? You know, we had the new Bayonetta game, which actually ended up being pretty good. Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp comes out this week. We had the Kirby remaster. We had Fire Emblem Engage. We have Tears of the Kingdom. I mean, it's been a pretty good start to the year for Switch, man. And now hopefully some great indie games to complement everything. Yeah, the new Bayonetta game is pretty good. Granted, it's nothing like the old Bayonetta games, but for what it is, it's really good. Oh yeah, Amusement Park and Mario movie as well. Like, in general for Nintendo, it's been a great start. I was focusing on Switch, but in general for Nintendo, it's been a really great start to the year. So It's kind of weird that we don't really know anything for the second half of the year beyond Pikmin. That part's a little weird. But I guess let's just wait. They have a really good start to 2023 though. So, well, 3 minutes away here. I'll turn on my music once we're about a minute away. Yeah, the Mario movie's good. Did you guys like the Mario movie? How many of you guys saw the Mario movie? I liked it. I thought it was great. My kids haven't seen it yet, but they're going to their schools are taking them to different shows for it, so that's why I didn't bring them. Figured they could have their first experience with it with all their friends. But I liked it. It was pretty good. It's not like the greatest movie of all time or anything like that, but I mean it's really good. And now it's the #1 grossing animated film of all time. It's not quite there yet, but like so far, it's pretty cool. Love that movie. Nice. New Mario game for second half of the year. Switch 2 next year. Maybe. Who knows? Beats me, man. I don't know what Nintendo's doing. We predict things. We talk rumors. We talk about a lot of stuff. I don't know anything. Probably a GameCube remaster coming at some point later this year. Maybe F-Zero or something. I have no idea. But I don't actually know what Nintendo's doing. So all I know is Zelda's coming, baby. Vicarious couldn't stop smiling the whole time. Yeah, man. Hear you on that. Show me your moves. I love some of the background music I have. All right, we'll cut the music down because Indie World should be popping up any minute now here. Let's see the Mario movie. Who remembers the jar? All right. Didn't expect to see that get brought up today. Get it, Mr. Prime. Dude, I love dancing. Contrary to popular belief in how bad I look at dancing, I don't care. I like to dance. I just like to dance. All right. Yeah, I mean they're not going to lift those strikes, Mason. They're not going to lift them. Just reality. All right. Well, Indie World begins in less than a minute. The Minish will be in Tears of the Kingdom. That's your prediction? Maybe. Age of Nintendo Prime. Let's go. See what happens today, guys. Indie World, baby. Here we go. It begins. Dude, whoever makes these little intro animations and music for Nintendo is awesome. I love it.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Indie World. I'm Amber.
And I'm Andrew. We're excited to share some upcoming indie games coming to the Nintendo Switch system.
Let's get the show on the road.
Prime time, baby. Let's go.
Many years ago, at the top of Mount Fugu, the cat god, Miko, appeared from a sakura flower floating in a nearby river. Miko would visit the farms in our village, granting each one good fortune and prosperity in turn. But some in the village became impatient for their own blessings, and in a fit of jealousy, they drove Miko away, banishing him from the land. Many years passed, and our village worked hard to create our own success. The story of Nico drifted from memory. Yet there are some who still believe in the power of magic.
I like the art
and
direction. It's pretty good.
Welcome to Mineko's Night Market. Long ago, the villagers at the base of Mount Fugu worshipped the mythical sun cat Nico. However, recent sightings reveal this myth may no longer be a legend.
As the adorable Mineko in this narrative adventure sim, you'll do various jobs,
Nico, let's
befriend
go
the
bowling.
townsfolk, and craft all sorts of doodads in preparation for the weekly night market. And wow, this market is bustling!
There's a ton of things to do here, like joining parades, entering cat races, and performing on stage.
Did we mention cat races?
Nearly everything you find on the island can be sold at the market. Now that's one happy customer.
And if you're just itching to explore, the island's got lots of secrets to uncover and puzzles to solve.
Hey, block
But
puzzles.
be careful, you might encounter some meddlesome agents along the way.
Stop by Mineko's Night Market, setting up shop on
Yeah,
Nintendo
looks
Switch
decent.
September 26th.
Looks pretty decent.
大家好，我是时光系列的导演徐直，
大家好，我是吴志飞，公司的创意总监。
我们来自重庆帕斯亚科技。沙市镇时光继承了波西亚时光的世界观，这次我们将带大家走入一
Oh,
个
the
神秘
text
的
is
沙
moving
漠
so
城
fast I
市。
can't even keep up.
这是我们时光系列的第2款产品，我们在这个游戏里面带来更深刻的故事、更有趣的人物和更丰富的玩法。同时，我们也在
That
不
one
断
stayed
地
on
扩展
screen
这
all
个
the
世
time.
界的世界观。
在开发过程中，我们实地考察了中国西北的戈壁沙漠，那里的环境和当地治沙人的先进理念，激发了我们的创作热情。
我们希望你能和我们一起来度过这个沙漠时光。谢谢。
Love adventure, role-playing, and simulation games? This sequel to My Time at Portia has it all.
There you
Through
go.
a captivating story, right?
Sequel to
with
My Time at
dozens of
Portia.
characters and side quests, you're tasked with restoring
there's a
this
lot of people that really like that
post-apocalyptic
game.
desert community to its former glory.
Equipped with your trusty tools, you'll gather resources to assemble machines and transform a derelict workshop into a finely tuned facility. Lots of customization options are also in your toolbox, from crafting items to building and decorating your home however you'd like. But there's more to Sandrock than just building.
Why not venture into ancient ruins and scavenge for relics? Or say hi to the locals and make some friends? Unfortunately, this town's kind of popular with the monsters, so take them down in
Penguin
melee
dogs.
combat.
My Time at Sandrock launches on Nintendo
Nice.
Switch this summer.
There you go. Thanks for the copyrighted music. You got me copyrighted. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You just got me in trouble. It's a good song, but man, thanks for the copyright. This is a fun game. Reminds me of it's kind of like Overcooked, combined with Played Up.
Ever
yeah.
dreamed of having your very own restaurant?
kinda like Overcooked
Well, now you can in the
combined
roguelike
with, like,
management
a,
sim Played Up.
Create, decorate,
what's that
and
game I'm thinking
automate
of?
the restaurant of your dreams. Place
Where
and
you get to
arrange
build rooms and
appliances
stuff.
however you'd like, but be strategic about it.
Anyways,
because you're gonna
obviously
have your hands
Overcooked
full.
are really
Lots of hungry customers
Reminds
will
me
be
of Overcooked.
clamoring for meals at lightning fast speeds. Fortunately, you don't have to undertake this gastronomic journey alone.
Up to 4 chefs can play together locally or online to help run this culinary empire. Manage both the kitchen and front of house to keep your customers happy. At the
It
end
looks
of
fun.
every randomly generated shift, you can acquire new high-tech appliances like turbo ovens to upgrade your kitchen and make your next restaurant venture even more successful.
Serve up some deliciousness when Played Up launches
did they just
on
drop
Nintendo
hot
Switch
dogs
this
straight
October.
onto a burner?
Cześć, jestem Marek.
A ja Monika.
That's not exactly how that
Quick Cats
works.
of Calico to gra, która powstała z naszej miłości do gier planszowych i kotów.
Kiedy wyobrażam sobie idealne miejsce do odpoczynku, widzę ciepły koc i mojego mruczącego kota Darwina. Mogę wtedy zrelaksować się przy ulubionej książce.
Także dla mnie koty są synonimem przytulności i ciepła. Te uczucia chcieliśmy wyrazić w naszej adaptacji gry planszowej Calico.
Mamy nadzieję, że poczujecie je tak samo jak my.
Miłego oglądania!
Looking for the perfect board game night? Check out Quilts and Cats of Calico. Adapted from the real-life tabletop game Calico, You'll make a quilt from patterned pieces of fabric.
Place pieces on the board, sew buttons to score points, and attract adorable cats. Aw, cute! Each cat
You can
has a
pet the
preferred
cats.
pattern,
Nintendo,
stitch and
let me
style
pet
to
the dog
become
in
a
Tears of the
master
Kingdom.
quilt maker.
If they can do petting the
Cozy
cats,
with up
you
to
better
3
give me petting
friends
the
in
dog.
Local and online multiplayer. Join ranked matches against random players. Or try your hand at weekly challenges. You can also take some time to customize your cats and give them a positively great look.
Cuddle up.
Okay, that
with
cat was a
Quilting
little
Cats of
ugly.
Calico,
I'm
launching on the Nintendo
gonna
Switch
be honest,
system
that last
this
cat they
fall.
showed was not a very good looking cat. Rhythm game, baby, let's go. Try and get your workout on, let's go. There you go. Rift of the Necrodancer, baby. Let's go. Corey called it.
Wow, this game has some sick beats.
I can tell. You've been bobbing your head for a while. In this spin-off of Crypt of the Necrodancer, you've still got to move to the rhythm, but it's got a new musical twist of lane-based combat.
Monsters will come flying at you, so match the on-screen prompts to kick them to the curb. Each one has a different movement pattern, and some take multiple hits to defeat. Oh, and let's not forget boss battles. That'll really get you grooving.
And if you need a break from the baddies, there's a special minigame to play for each of the 5 character storylines.
Make a trade time.
Keep the beat alive when Rift of the Necrodancer launches on Nintendo Switch this year.
Hell yeah. Looks pretty good.
Next up, we've got some DLC news to share for games we previously featured in Indie World.
Hell yeah, DLC for indie games. Let's go.
More puzzles await in the Cupboards and Drawers DLC for a little to the left. Get tidying across 25 new puzzles as you explore a world of small spaces, secret compartments, and surprising stuff stuffed into every drawer. Charming new illustrations and scenarios are also included in this paid DLC, launching on
It's an
Nintendo
organization
Switch this
game.
June.
It's an organization game.
Dig into more roguelite puzzle action with the Shovel Knight Pocket Dungeon Puzzlers Pack. Venture forth as 2 newly playable characters. Test your puzzle prowess with Quandary challenges, and make your way through the perplexing halls of Castle Quandary. You can also pay Mr. Hat a visit for over 20 in-game hats to modify runs, or pick up some nifty new relics in Chester's shop. This free DLC shovels its way
Great indie
onto the
game that is
Nintendo Switch
Mario.
system this spring.
There we go.
Expand your flock in the Relics of the Old Faith update
Yep.
for Cult of the Lamb.
Yep, I saw this at PAX. I saw this at
Dozens
PAX.
of new items,
It's really good.
relics, and enemies are scattered across
really good. This was at
remixed
PAX.
dungeons.
Hey!
Guarded
Don't
by the new
load
versions
on me.
of the 4 Guardian Bishops. Take
There we
your
go.
spoils back to the cult with new buildings to construct and followers to recruit, plus a new unlockable quest. And after beating the game, keep the faith going with the new Permadeath, Gauntlet, and Boss Rush modes. This free update launches on Nintendo Switch April 24th.
Free update. Hell yeah.
Hello.
I
am
didn't even know it was
Funny
gonna
Man
be free.
Video Game Donkey from Big Mode Publishing. I am joined today by the creator of Animal Well, Billy Basso.
Hello, I'm Billy Basso, the developer of Animal Well. I've been working on Animal Well for over 5 years at this point.
Didn't expect to see
alone,
yo-yoing.
making everything that goes into the game,
Or
including
Donkey.
the engine. I was trying to give people the experience of finding something new in a place they've already been before. Pretty much.
God's
somewhere
Call
that's filled with
Throck. I'm all
puzzles
about
that you
Tears
would
of the
wanna
Kingdom,
keep
not
Coming
this.
back to over
Well,
and over
we met
again.
someone who's not
I
going to
hope you
watch my
enjoy
channel
Animal
when
Well it
Zelda's
comes
no
out on
longer the
Nintendo
topic.
Switch. Thank you.
A labyrinth. Well, well, well.
Sounds like you're ready for Animal Well. In this atmospheric, pixelated world, you'll search for treasures as you gradually uncover a dense environment. Where you go is entirely up to you.
Perfect. So I shouldn't need to worry about anything dangerous, right?
Yeah, about that. You're not alone in this labyrinth. Many interesting creatures live here, but some might be hostile, so stay alert. Any items you've picked up can be used in a number of ways, like making a quick getaway
Looks interesting.
or having friendly creatures help you out in a pinch. And speaking of items, there's a lot to uncover here. So get crafty with your items and see what you find.
I'll be well prepared then. Summon your courage and curiosity for Animal Well, launching on Nintendo Switch
Dunk
early
finally made
next
it on
year.
Nintendo, yeah. Crime clock, huh?
Guess what? It's Crime O'Clock.
Crime
That's
o'clock.
odd. My watch says otherwise.
I meant the puzzle exploration game. Anyway, there's no time to waste. You've got over 40 cases to solve across time and space.
Kind of neat.
But where,
It's
or
like a-
I guess when, do I even begin?
It's sort of like one of those
Elementary, my dear Andrew. Look at your map.
Find the Clue
There are
mystery
lots
books
of
when I was a
eras
kid.
To visit. From the
That's what it reminds
lost
me of.
age to a cybernetic future.
Reminds me of the Find the
In
Clue
each
mystery
era,
books.
You'll see how crime scenes develop for different time ticks.
Wait a second. Could I do something in one
Interesting.
era and change events in another?
Exactly. By traveling
It's a neat
through
idea to
time,
make this a game.
meeting characters, and resolving each case, the map will change and more adventures will be unlocked.
No,
like a
it's a
timeless
little more.
experience.
I'm not thinking of the
Set your
highlights
alarms
magazine
to
stuff.
Crime O'Clock
Those were
when it
just like
launches on
find.
Nintendo
That was
Switch
just a
June
finder
30th.
thing. There was a
Hello,
version
I'm
of
Peter,
it that
Project
was
Peter Train
specifically
Guest.
about solving
I'm Ola, the art
crimes
director. And I'm Marion,
through finding
co-producer.
clues.
For the last 10 years, we created a variety of different games.
Highlights
expanding
magazine
the
wasn't really
Castlevania
that.
universe.
Highlights was just
Now we are returning to our roots for a sequel.
find things.
These titles are not only a celebration of the original game, but also Scandinavian nature and folklore, the origin of so much of our game's visual identity.
We hope you'll find as much wonder as we have in this universe and join our homecoming. We see you at the top of the tower.
Tusen takk!
At the top of the tower. What we got?
Whoa!
Tesla
Electric
Grad 2?
powers. Shocking, am I right?
Close. In Tesla Grad 2, you'll harness electromagnetic powers to solve physics-based puzzles. Move seamlessly through Scandinavian-inspired environments, accompanied by an orchestral soundtrack influenced by Nordic folk tunes.
But this land holds many dangers, as fearsome
pretty good.
beasts stand in your way. Master the art of Teslamancy and defeat them to discover additional areas to explore.
Plus, you can play a remastered version of the first Tesla Grad game, which adds enhanced visuals and 10 extra challenge levels.
Both
Nice.
Tesla Grad 2 and Tesla Grad Remastered bolt onto the Nintendo Switch system later today. You can get the
Hey!
games separately or bundled together in the Tesla Grad Power Pack Edition.
Awesome. That's good. That game looks really good too. Mobsters, monsters. Flappers. Really? Government conspiracies. Shadows over loathing. Okay.
Mobsters, monsters, and mysteries? Sounds like the cat's pajamas. Sign me up.
Okay. Set in the 1920s within the West of Loathing universe, Shadows Over Loathing is a slapstick RPG full of silliness and stick figures. Your Uncle Murray asks you to help run his antique shop in Ocean City, but he's nowhere to be found. While searching for him, you'll encounter a sinister plot that could spell the end of the world.
Venture through a sprawling black and white world filled with talking frogs, sentient math, and eldritch horrors. There's also a ton of roles to play. March to the beat of your own nefarious schemes as a jazz agent, or hold the curds of the cosmos in your hands as a cheese wizard.
The digital version of Shadows over Loathing launches on Nintendo Switch later today.
Later today?
The physical version of the game will launch this
they
fall.
are going to have a physical version. Nice.
Hola,
All right.
somos parte del equipo de The Game Kitchen, creadores de Blasphemous y de las...
Doesn't look half bad.
Soy Enrique
I
Cabeza,
wonder how much it
director
costs.
creativo.
Yo soy David Erosa, productor.
Y yo Raquel Alcázar, productora junior.
Blasphemous es un juego muy querido por la comunidad y desarrollar una secuela nos da la ocasión de volver a trabajar en su mundo y enriquecerlo aún más.
En esta segunda parte hemos tenido la oportunidad de plasmar tanto nuevas ideas de diseño como nuevos caminos artísticos y narrativos.
Os invitamos a echar un primer vistazo a Blasphemous 2. Esperamos que os guste.
The Penitent One has returned. In this sequel to Blasphemous, you'll undertake a pilgrimage through a land ravaged by a foul curse known as the Miracle.
Hack and slash your way through legions of bloodthirsty foes and treacherous traps in this brutal action platformer. Choose from 3 newly added weapons, each one deadly in their own way.
Wield the War Censer for slow but powerful flaming strikes. The Rapier and Dagger to attack with lightning-fast precision. And the Praying Blade for vicious and versatile combos. By unlocking weapon memories, you'll learn more moves that'll help you survive the dangers lying ahead. Penitence awaits in Blasphemous 2, slashing onto Nintendo Switch this summer.
Cool.
Riley? Riley, are you there? Riley, come in. Can you hear me?
Jacob, 4 hours ago, a cult opened a portal above Edwards Island.
Riley, yes, but are we really the ones to do something about it?
Have you seen anyone else around? We've been all over. We've seen different timelines, gone back to the past. We're alone. There is no one else.
Riley, seriously, Riley!
Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals.
Riley returns to her hometown of Kamina to research strange electromagnetic waves. But what she discovers is more than what she bargained for.
Set 5 years after the events of the first Oxenfree game, you'll tap into the town's ghostly signals and unsettling static. Tune the radio to communicate with supernatural beings, manipulate the world around you, and watch out for a shadowy cult attempting to open their own reality-altering portal.
While exploring this beautiful yet treacherous town, use the new walkie-talkie conversation system to connect with local contacts. Some of them may have valuable info that can give you more insight into Kamina's mysteries.
Your choices will have an impact on Riley's development, relationships, and the story. Will you forge deep friendships? Turn a blind
Definitely
eye
a
to
deep
those in
story
need?
game.
It's all up to you.
Tune in to Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals, airing on Nintendo Switch.
That's my
July
fiance's
12th.
birthday, July 12th.
Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop. Thanks for staying with us so far. Before we go, we'd like to show you a sneak peek of several more indie games coming to Nintendo Switch. Check it out.
Paper Trail. That was a little trippy. Little Kitty, Big City. There we go. I like these kind of games. Rotato. Ooh, Escape Academy. Like an escape room game? Yeah. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's. It's almost done. There's usually just like Nintendo Directs, there's usually one game at the end. They're just doing their little sizzle reel. Did we get our one game?
That's all for today's
Oh,
Indie
wow,
World.
we don't get a
We
one
hope
game.
you enjoyed everything shown in today's showcase.
A huge thank
Surprise,
you to the
surprise.
indie community
They
and
do
indie
usually have one
partners
game at the
working on
end.
games for the Nintendo Switch system. And as always, thank you for watching.
Follow our official Twitter account to stay up to date on the latest news from Indie World. Until next time, happy gaming!
That wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad. It's probably not like my favorite Indie World. But that, honestly, that wasn't that bad. There's a number of games in there that piqued my interest. And, if I leave a show like this with a number of games that pique my interest, then it probably did a pretty good job. So that really wasn't that bad. Silksong isn't real. Well, as some people noted, Silksong might just be too big to be in one of these, which is possible. My argument was that there's not a lot of time left to announce a release date, but that doesn't mean they can't do it in a different way. So it just isn't going to happen on Nintendo. This is what scares me, is that technically I would like to see it announced for a Nintendo event, because the last event was a Microsoft one. But what are you going to do? You give this Indie Direct a 3 out of 5. Yeah, it was not bad. It was solid. It was a solid event. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that, blew my mind, but also nothing that looked terribly bad. It was a pretty good thing. What I like about Indie Worlds is that they generally show pretty good games, and because of how crappy the eShop is, it kind of lets you know what are the games we should pay attention to in the eShop, rather than like trying to figure out, is this a good game? Is that a good game? Watch Indie Worlds. If it appeared in Indie World, it's probably a good game. Like, it's dumb that that's the way we have to sort the eShop, but the cat simulator looks interesting. I mean, yeah, that's clearly someone that saw Stray and said, we can do that. What's my opinion on FNAF? Don't know, never played. Don't have any opinion on FNAF. Lake Show Gaming Universe, that was horrible. When people come out and they're just like, and they talk about how bad an Indie World is, this happens every time, by the way. I always go, what were people expecting? It's a showcase of indie games. What were you? We got the Cult of the Lamb DLC in there. What are we? I'm confused. What are we expecting from indie? Like, maybe my expectations for Indie Worlds are just more in line with what they've always been. Like, we get Indie Worlds like 2-3 times a year. They're always the same. I don't really know what people expect from them that make them so disappointed. Yeah, like we're not getting any first party. We're not gonna get anything Nintendo pays to be made. It's just gonna be indie games. A wide variety of indie games. I enjoy them. I enjoy the Indie Worlds almost every time though. So some people be like, "Oh, you're such a shill." I'm like, no, there's just a bunch of fun looking games. What do you want me to tell you? There's a reason there's only 200 people watching this, but if it's a Nintendo Direct, we'll have like 800. People are more excited for Nintendo first party stuff than they are indies. There was nothing on Sea of Stars, no. It makes you wonder if there was a closeout announcement that was pulled last minute. Yeah, that was the only part that was weird to me, is every Indie World has basically had a game at the end. Whether you call it a big game or not, I don't know. But they've always had a game at the end. This one kind of felt like they were missing that, which tells me there might have been a game that pulled out last minute for whatever reason. Maybe it's being delayed or something, Called it. Hey, you did call part of it, Corey. There's now an indie game sale going. Yeah. Every Indie World, there's always an indie game sale. Granted, there's always indie game sales happening all the time on these shops, so I'm not really sure what to think about it. But there's probably some good games on sale. Cadence of Hyrule was likely Nintendo funded and in an Indie Direct. Yeah, but wasn't that around E3 time? I swore that was around E3 time that they did that. Maybe it came out around E3 time. I don't know. Because it needs another 2 years or so. That would be bad, Kenny Carter. Anyways, all right. Well, that about does it. We don't really have any. The stream was about the indie world, and we saw it. It came, it went. I think it was pretty good. Some people agree, some people don't. That's life. I got to get on. I got another video or two to make today. We have the Nintendo Prime podcast tonight. I hope to catch all of you guys there. I wanted the podcast stream set up already, but I just didn't get the thumbnail made for it yet. So hope I catch you guys all tonight at the podcast. So we got a big one, guys. We're talking Tears of the Kingdom tonight. We're going to talk some of that YouTube shenanigans from Nintendo, but we're talking Tears of the Kingdom. For the first time, I'm having an actual discussion with a bunch of other content creators on the Tears of the Kingdom stuff we got last week, and really since. So I'm excited, guys. It's gonna be a great show. So hope to see you guys there. Peace out.